The great thing about the Fiat Chrysler Alliance is that it's reflective of two things. One, a recognition, at least of the historical roots of the house, of the importance of the nationality of the brands. These are American brands on one side and they're European brands on the other. What is going to connect all these things together are two things. Fundamentally, a totally unwavering, unfettered sharing of technology and know-how across the two pieces. There's nothing that Chrysler wants that it cannot have out of Fiat, and it should be the same on the other side. The other one is an unfettered, unobstructed access to distribution mechanisms that values the brands in application outside of their home country. So we need to make choices as to what out of the Chrysler world is exportable. To show up with a Dodge brand and make it a mainstay in Latin America is, in my view, a mistake. To take the Jeep brand and make it a mainstay in Latin America is a good thing. To take that brand and take it everywhere else in the world is a good thing. When I went to see Vladimir Putin 2 years ago, I'm not throwing names around, but okay, so I am. But when I went to, I sat down, had a coffee with him, and we were negotiating a deal in some other parts of the business. And I told him that I wanted to bring Jeep over to Russia, and that was really his key interest. Out of all the, other than the fact that I'm sure he likes Ferraris and Maseratis that we make, but he can buy those. More than one. But the real thing that he was interested in is getting the Jeep brand within Russia. It is, it's one of those universal brands that I think needs to be exploited in an intelligent way. This presence of Fiat in China has been something which I found very, very painful since I arrived in 2004. As you well know, we were working our way through one alliance that did not work well. I'm not blaming anybody, it just didn't work. And so we spent probably an inordinate amount of time trying to find a good partner on which to rebuild our business. I think we have now found a solid, reliable partner in Guangzhou Automotive in GAC. And we are building with them now a plant in China. We'll be producing a C sedan for the Chinese market, which is a brand new architecture, which is absolutely current, both in terms of powertrains, architectures, and transmissions. So we've made the first step in terms of now having a solid manufacturing footprint in China. I've been watching this, and I made some comments during the question period about the fact that we're seeing spasmodic reactions from the equity markets to a variety of things, most of which are unclear to me. There's no doubt that there are live issues out there that need to be dealt with. I think that the European issue needs to be cleared in a very clear way. I think that is a complicated question because of the fact that it involves multiple political choices which are not resident within a single body. The U.S. issue is a lot easier for me to understand. I think that there's been an expectation, as has been the case in the past, that you would almost get a miraculous improvement in employment numbers coming out of a bad recession. This is something that we're not seeing, because I think there has been a structural shift in the way in which industry has adapted to the crisis as a result of the collapse of the economy in 2008. And so I think that we're going to see a gradual recovery out of the economy. I think the base is incredibly strong and solid. But the actual reduction in unemployment numbers is going to take a lot longer. Simply because of the fact that, and this has been the consistent comment I think here over the last couple of days, is that people are still very reluctant to make long-term commitments to hiring and to capital because of the uncertainty associated with this process. We don't have it. We at Chrysler actually believe that we have hit rock bottom and that we're not going to diverge drastically from the current levels that we're seeing in terms of demand, and that we're going to be seeing the next 3 or 4 years gradually recovering to moderate levels of car consumption. Our 2014 target is not even close to 15 million, and so we have always tooled the organization to And so if we readjust our thinking, I think we will stop being pessimistic, and I think we will appreciate everything that's happening here, which is in the right direction. I think we need to be modest, I think we need to be focused, and